Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to settings usage. We're going to go start in the settings app there. We're going to go over to the general tab, and we'll go down a little bit. And then we're going to go to the usage tab. All right, now what we're going to do is the first section of there is battery. We're going to start with battery usage. The first thing that this will do is time since last full charge. Basically, I have a full charge right now, so there's no time difference. And so basically, you just see the usage is 0 minutes and standby is 0 minutes. Okay. Okay, now the next thing is battery life suggestions. Enable brightness. Just what you can do is you can adjust the settings of your brightness. Turn it up or turn it down or have it in the middle. And then you can have auto brightness. It's up to you. And then you could have a display zoom, standard, or zoomed. You get to choose how you want it, what you want. Once you've chosen it, you need to press set, except I'm unchoosing it, so it's not really doing anything, but you can kind of see how it looks throughout these different examples. And then you can go back. And then here you can choose the text size, and you can again adjust it. And you can choose if you want bold. Here is battery usage. Basically what this is showing you in the last 24 hours or in the last 7 days, depending on which you're choosing. It just is up to you. And this shows you in the last 24 hours, Safari has used 22% of my battery. Overcast has used 15%. Flipboard 10%, and so on and so forth. And you can just go all the way through your apps and see what apps you're using and how much battery they're using. And if you would like I said earlier, you can go over the last 7 days and you can see that Flipboard has been using 16% of my battery over the last 7 days. So it's just something to think about. It's a good way of looking at it. In the status bar, you can have the battery percentage if you would like, and you'd basically just turn that on and turn that off. The next section there is storage. And this shows you how much is used and how much is available. And then here is how to manage your storage. Just click there. Give this a little bit of time and it'll actually start letting you know how much storage is being used on your device for each particular app. This is a very good way to decide what to delete. If you have, as an example here, if you look at my photos and camera, you see I have 3.3 gigabytes. What that tells you is that, if rather than deleting a really small app, if you were to delete this, you would reduce all of the photos. And so, you'd free up 3.3 gigabytes. That's something very valuable. Whereas that little 1 megabyte gain doesn't really matter. So why bother? So let's take a look at this right here. Let's go ahead and click on this. And what this does is this breaks down my photos and camera into 3 different categories. And so you can see there how much space is on each one of those. Okay. And you can't do anything about these. It's just something to look at. But what you can do is you can go back to the app and take a look at that and make some adjustments. Now, these apps from now on, they start doing something a little bit different. This particular app, what you can do is you can see here we have documents and data, 2 gigabytes. What I can do here is I can delete the app. And what that will do is it will delete all of the contents and the app itself. The app itself is only 4.6 megabytes, but the content inside the app, the actual podcast, are 2 gigabytes. And what you can do is you can keep on going through these just to see what you want to do. And again, this is 1.7 gigabytes. And then here, we have 750 megabytes worth of books that you can, again, here, this one does not allow you to delete. Okay, and you can just go through and see what some of the heavy hitters. And what the thing to think about is if you're not using an app and you see it on this list and you see that it's taking up a whole bunch of space, go ahead and delete it. If you're having memory issues, storage issues, go ahead and delete it and start fresh. Okay, this next section here is iCloud storage. And basically here you have the total storage. You get 20 gigs. You get 5 gigs for free, but of course, in my particular case, that's not enough. And so I'm buying 20 gigs. That cost me $1 a month. And here I have 11 gigs available. And here what we can do is we can go over managed storage. And managed storage will take you into, basically take a look at the iCloud settings for me and show me how much space is being used for what. And let's start out right here. Okay, so first off, 382 megabytes is being used by my iCloud photo library. We can go ahead and click on that to go inside a little bit. And basically, this tells you that I have to manage my iPhoto library from the app itself, from the Photos app, if I want to free up space, I have to go into there and delete the photos, delete the videos. In this particular case, this shows me that I have 382 megabytes, but that's 10 photos and 2 videos. So really can't free up a lot of space with this. But what I can do is I can also come back here and take a look at backups. I have this phone has a backup of 3 gigabytes, and I have an iPad that has 2.8 gigabytes. I want to show you the difference between these two. First, I'm going to show you this one. This one I can delete, but I can't edit it. I can't do anything with it. And that's because that's not this device. Now, on this phone, you see there, I can get more information. Starts out the last backup. And then right here, what this does is this is calculating how much data is being used for these particular different areas. And what it allows me to do is turn on and turn off this particular app for backing up to iCloud for the next backup. So if you're having a problem with backing up because your photo library is so big, or because this app is so big, whatever the case is, just turn that particular setting off. Maybe you could do a backup, but then you'll lose everything in that particular app. So it's just something to think about. Maybe you could deal with that. And then here you can show all apps if you like. Again, here you can delete this backup. And then down here at the bottom, it shows you how much is available and how much I'm paying for. Now, this next section here is called Documents and Data. And basically, all apps have the capability of writing their program to allow the app to store data for them. And in this particular case of Keynote, okay, and then what I have here is individual folders inside Keynote that have keynotes inside them. And so what I could do is I could delete a particular keynote if I would like, or I could just go ahead and delete the entire folder. It really depends on how you want to deal with it. And you can see that Keynote and Day One and iMovie are taking up a lot of information. So if I wanted to free up some space in iCloud, this is where I would probably do it. Well, I hope you learned something. This concludes my class, and have a good day.